Do you find yourself hitting your iron shots too far to the right or too far to the left, even though it feels like it's the exact same golf swing that you're producing, but the result is completely different? In this video today, we're going to talk about the exact reason as to why that is occurring, so that we can understand the simple concept of what actually matters when we're hitting the golf ball in order for us to try to hit it towards our desired target. Whenever I have a player struggling with trying to control their direction, I often hear a number of different swing thoughts that they're trying to do to try to actually improve that direction control. But there's actually only one element in the golf swing that we need to control in order for us to control the direction. And we're going to cover that exact concept. We're going to talk about how the setup can influence that concept as well, and what's the most simplest and easiest way to check your setup so that it's in a good positioning, giving yourself the best chance to hit your golf ball towards your intended target. So if we're trying to improve our direction when we're hitting our iron shots, the only thing that actually matters is the face to path ratio. Now it sounds a little bit confusing, but it is relatively simple. This measurement is going to be measured at impact. So whenever we're hitting the golf ball, that's our only information that's actually being presented to the ball so that it's going to dictate where that golf ball is going to go. And the face to path is what's going to dictate where it actually ends up. But what is face to path? So you have one measurement, which is your club face angle, and that is essentially this black arrow on the golf club. So if I hit the golf ball and it's pointed towards this direction here, that's where the golf ball is going to go. Or if it's pointing in that direction there, that's where the golf ball is going to go. So if I'm trying to go in that gap in the distance and I present my club and it's angled towards the left, that means that my club face is going to be closed relative to the club's path, which is face to path ratio. And so there's also the other element of the club path as well. And so your club path is simply a measurement at impact of the direction that this club is traveling. So whether it's traveling to the left, which we would call out to in or cutting across it, or if it's swinging in to out or swinging out towards the right, which we'd say is swinging from the inside. And so how we're going to control that is to try to get our club path to be as close as we can towards our target, and to have the club face angle to be pointed as close towards the target as well. And so that relationship between the club path and the face angle is the only thing that actually matters when you're trying to control the direction of your iron shots. And so we're first going to talk about how we can improve the right shot. Now we have to understand that if we're curving our shot out towards the right, the club face angle has to be somewhat right of the club path. So our face to path has to be pointing towards the right in order for it to generate that left to right curve. And the biggest way that the setup will influence this is the hand positioning on the club. So a lot of golfers who are curving the golf ball out towards the right, they're going to have their right elbow on top of the left elbow. And so it's going to look something similar to this there. Obviously that is quite exaggerated, but it's just so that we can see what we're talking about. And oftentimes when we do that, that's going to create a weak grip, which is going to make it very easy to open up the club face by the time we come in to hit the golf ball, and therefore our face to path will be out towards the right, and that will curve the golf ball out towards the right as well. And so the most simple concept that we can use to try to actually improve that setup positioning is actually from a recent YouTube video that I watched from Danny Maud. Most golfers who set up, if they put their hands out right in front of them and they have their left palm up towards the sky and they have their right palm down towards the ground, that's essentially how they're trying to set up when they grab the club. And so we get this weak grip positioning. And so in order for us to actually improve that, we're going to do the opposite of that. So we're going to turn the left arm palm down towards the ground and then the right hand palm up towards the sky. And that's essentially going to create a bit more of a stronger grip, and that's going to point our elbows more in towards the right direction here, which is going to incentivize us to swing more from the inside, but also keep the club angle more closed. Now obviously if we just do that positioning there and we place it on the grip, it's going to be quite strong. So our reference point for this is going to be our top hand. We want to see two knuckles with the V on the glove pointing up towards the right shoulder. When we place the right hand on the club, we're going to get that V pointing up towards the shoulder as well, and probably seeing around about one knuckle on that hand when we look directly down at it. So instead of going from here where we were at the start, we're going a little bit more towards this positioning here, which is going to give us the best chance of swinging and hitting our golf ball down towards the intended target. And so with the old setup, the swing would look like this. And with our new setup, it should hopefully look a little bit more like this. And so once you can find yourself a better setup positioning, by getting the grip into a more neutral position rather than what we call a weak one with that right shoulder and elbow on top of the left one, which can incentivize the club face to then open up by the time we've reached impact, This more neutral setup will allow us to get the face to path more square through impact and therefore hit our golf ball towards the desired target more often. And so just to recap, we're going to place the left hand palm down towards the ground. We're going to place the right hand palm up towards the sky. And then we're going to grab the club just from there. It's going to give us quite a strong grip, and we're just going to weaken it off slightly where we can see those 2 knuckles on the top hand and 1 knuckle on the right hand. That's going to incentivize us to keep that club square through impact and give us the best chance of success when we're out there on the golf course. So I hope that's given you a clear concept of what actually controls the direction out there on the golf course, and a setup adjustment that you can make if you're struggling with that slice out towards the right. If you have enjoyed this video here, you're probably going to enjoy this one as well. And if you've made it this far, I'm going to give you a free 45-minute practice session guide to run you through the exact way we can use your time more efficiently when you practice. So if you click the link below there, you'll get that for free. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.